quarterback, or actually we're going to start here. Which AFC West quarterback has the most at stake this season?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the one that isn't on the list, the one who got honorable mention consideration, and that being Derek Carr for a number of different reasons. Look, if you start with the guys who I say have the most security, look, Patrick Mahomes isn't going anywhere. I mean, we already know he's been a league MVP, he's been a Super Bowl MVP, he's been a Super Bowl champion, he has a monster contract, he's not going anywhere. There's no threat to him whatsoever in Kansas City. Justin Herbert's just a young player now who's ascending on a rookie contract, who many people believe as though he is the standard. He's the prototype, right? That's the kind of guy everyone is looking for. He's going to sign a monster contract extension. He's going to be a fixture with the Chargers for years to come. Denver has moved heaven and earth in order to get Russell Wilson, to get him to a place where with Nathaniel Hackett, he can now go ahead and, as many people say, really cook the way he wants to and just kind of take over this organization, not just on the field, but off the field as well. He better have that kind of Peyton Manning type of effect on this organization because that's what he wanted. That's the responsibility he wanted. That's what he's going to get. But I think he has ultimate security. Russ isn't going anywhere. That leads us to Derek Carr, who, look, I love Derek Carr. I have been one of the people who have supported Derek Carr more than anyone from day one that he stepped into the league. But there's a number of different reasons why he needs to step up this year and do his part to help propel this team to not only a playoff win, but really continue to push the bar as far as this team being a legitimate contender in the AFC West. One, his contract. Despite the fact that he signed a new contract, look, the Raiders can get out of this contract in 2023 with a little bit more than $5 million in dead cap money, a dead cap money charge for 2023, and they can look for someone else. And it's not out of the realm of possibility for them to do that, especially considering the fact that they have a new head coach, they have a new general manager, and they aren't tied to him, although everything that Josh McDaniels has said supports Derek Carr. And when you look at Derek Carr's statistics, he's been as good as many, many quarterbacks in the NFL over the course of his career. But the Raiders have flexibility. The Raiders don't necessarily have ultimate loyalty to him because he isn't necessarily the guy that the new regime picked. And he's going up against a bunch of other players in the AFC West right now who have ultimate security, have a very, very high ceiling, and have had a lot of success. So, look, I think if you're going to pick somebody in a loaded division, it would be him, although I'm banking on him having one of the best seasons of his career.
Yeah, I think that he's in the most tenuous situation, but I don't think that the stakes are highest for him. I think the stakes are highest for Russell Wilson, honestly, because Russell Wilson has an opportunity to be in one of the all-time great conversations, and I think Russell probably anticipated that he was going to take over the league post Peyton Manning, post Drew Brees, post Tom Brady, which there's no such thing as a post Tom Brady, apparently at least, but he didn't. It kind of jumped his generation. And then Mahomes and Allen did that. It's kind of their league now. And Russell's gotten a new opportunity. You mentioned earlier letting Russ cook. We've all excused away the fact that Russell won one Super Bowl when he was, frankly, a game manager. And I think we all accept that. They had a defense and a running game that really took them to the Super Bowl and helped them win that Super Bowl. He didn't mess it up. And he had an opportunity to win one. He didn't when he was kind of the main engine to that offense. So I think Russell has the most at stake because if he's able to win a championship in Denver, we can separate what he did in Seattle and say that, well, the coaching was too focused on the running game to allow him to rise to his greatness. And we can really start putting him in the conversation of those all-time greats where I think he believes he belongs, but I'm not sure his resume supports just yet. So that's a lot at stake over the next couple of years for Russell. I think for Carr, it's not as much at stake. Maybe he could lose his job, but I don't think he will. I think he's going to, I think he's going to do enough to keep it. But I just don't think he's not in that conversation, I guess. What's at stake for him is he a franchise quarterback or not? It's a little different than are you an all-time great or not?
Yeah, I feel like every offseason we have this same conversation around Derek Carr and where he ranks in the top 10. Is he elite or not? And I mean, to Lewis's point, this should be an MVP caliber season for Derek Carr. He should flirt with 5,000 yards. He's coming off a 4,800-yard passing season last year, 6-game winning drives. He has 30 since he entered the NFL in 2014. That's tied with Matthew Stafford, who just won a Super Bowl. And, look at all the things that are around Derek Carr in this Raiders offense. He's got the best slot receiver in the game in Hunter Renfrow, arguably the best tight end in the game in Darren Waller. And oh, by the way, Devontae Adams just turned down more money from the Green Bay Packers to go join up with his former college teammate and go win a lot of games. And it's going to be tough. This is the toughest division in the NFL, as evidenced by every one of these teams either going out to go get a pass rusher to affect the opposing quarterback or, bolstering their pass rush in free agency, other ways. That's a really key factor here of just how tough this division's going to be. And, Derek Carr last year dealt with a lot of tough circumstances in season. John Gruden getting out of there, early on, Henry Ruggs, that situation being without him. And now everything's in line for Derek Carr to have one of the best seasons of his career. I just hope that we don't see, for his sake, that second half dip in production, because, it was there. Everything dropped from passer rating to touchdown to interception ratio to yards thrown per game. And he still got this team to the wild card game, and they lost. The AFC is only getting better. The quarterback play in the AFC is only getting better, and he just happens to be in the hardest division in football to make all of those things happen. It's been a lot of years of Derek Carr with the Las Vegas Raiders, previously the Oakland Raiders, and to the point of his contract and the one that he just signed, they're not tied to him necessarily for the long run. Now, I'm not saying that this is like an audition year by any stretch. The guy has been the starting quarterback for the Raiders since 2014. But if this could be your MVP season, there's a lot on the line, not only for you, but for the other players that came to join up with you and play with you this season.
Thanks for watching ESPN.